Let's think this through. So each brick is going to start at 0, go to 1. Hmm. I think it's a Y. So it's just going to keep setting it off of that. Let's think about this. So our test brick, get level points. So let's do it like this. That way we don't even really do any points in here at all. We are just going to strictly send it straight over to the game mode. Yeah, yeah, I can't stand sloppy nodes. Just give it a whirl. Oh, come on. Please. Okay. Save all. All right. Let's come out of there. Shiz. Okay, good thing I put that there. Yeah, it's working. Okay, yeah, it's working. Ooh. Now, what we need to do is make the progression of each level go up in the game mode. Definitely not going to do that right now. Gosh, come on. There we go. So, what we did, let's just say, so we have an 8 by, so we have 64, 8 across, yeah, 64. So if it's less than 63, let's say 60. So all we got to do is break 4 blocks, and then we should get this level completed. And then we can start writing logic as long as we know that this is going through, then we'll just open up another level. And that level will probably be a duplicate of this, except we will just increase the brick length. We can also do that procedurally, like each level, we just go up in size. Think about how we can do that. That's the right way to do it, the most intellectual. But first, let's make sure we're getting to the next level. So now, mm, yeah, okay, it should work. Oh, so it's always ringing true. Let's see how many bricks we have. It'll constantly tell us. 61. Yeah, it's going down. Let's get the length of this array and print that. Well, actually, we probably need to subtract one. Since all arrays in computers start at 0, if you have 10, it's going to start at 0, go to 9. So you always do subtract 1 to get it to 9. So 61. So that's the number we need because that's consistent. So if our length, is less than 60, then it should say completed. All right, let's give it a try. Level completed. Ta-da. And now instead of duplicating the level, we're going to start at 8. And then we're going to restart the same exact level, but we're also going to increase the brick length and the brick height by 1. So we're going to open level by name. So we're going to get the current level name, put it in here. And after it hits a few bricks, it should open up and restart the whole thing, just for testing purposes. Yep, see how it keeps opening? So we're going to have to keep this information on the game instance. We definitely want to put this at 0, which is less than or equal to 0. I don't want to wait that long. It's going to take too long to test. Let's put it at 55. That way it can bounce around a few times. It's going to knock it off. And then eventually it'll start this level all over again. But we need to set this in the game instance and kick it back to here. So let's get our game instance. We'll call this level count. And this is going to start at 1. I might need to think this one through. Long story short, we are gonna get game instance cast to game instance breakout. It doesn't matter if you cast to the game instance because the game the game instance is already loaded in the game. Therefore, it's already a hard reference. It's not like you're reloading it. and it's always in the game. So casting it, it's already there. It's not gonna change the performance. Game instance. These are some folks. I'm actually working on a game with a few people. Man, I don't know what all this is. Lethal Fantasy Eddie. I do not know what this is. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, so it's a game I'm working on with some other people. But anyways, so now we have our game instance. It's always loaded, so we don't have to worry about. I'm gonna add this to the end. All right, get our game instance. Set level count. So just to make it the same, we are going to, the level count's already at 1 in our game instance. It's set at 1. This might not work, but I believe the game instance will persist. So first thing we need to do is get the level count. We need to, so yeah, this will persist. So when it goes to 2, then we'll add 1 more, 3, 4, so on, so on. Set this to this to this. And we're going to test this out real quick. Yeah. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. There we go. And just to see this progressing properly, let's print this. Pass that through. So now every time this do once will happen. Once the new level opens up, it'll clear this out. We can, and if that's a problem, we can always reset it on the begin play right here. But this is going to basically give us the level count. So let's see how we're working. So where else going on? We are obviously printing something we don't want to. Still in the game mode. Game mode. We know this works. No need to print it. In fact, we don't need to do that at all. It's just to show the points. Now, I don't understand why this isn't fitted. That's why it's not printing, because we have it under that do once. Not printing at all. Oh, okay. All right. True or false? No, we don't want to do that. All right. We want this condition a little bit further down the line. I really just want. Okay. Every 30th of a second, we're going to get all actors of class. We're going to get the length, subtract 1, and compare that to 55. And if it is over 55, we're going to advance the level. But at this current point, we still want to know it. So let's back this up a little bit. In fact, we could just do it right here. We always want to know the level count, no matter the condition. Print string. Alrighty. So it should keep us knowing once we've knocked out a few bricks, then we're gonna do once, and we're gonna restart the same level. Then we're gonna work on advancing the brick length and the brick height based off of this. So here we go. Level 0. Should not be that. Not advancing. That's not good. With the game instance. First things first, I don't understand. This cast is failing. So it's failing the cast. Interesting. GI breakout. Oh. Yeah, silly me. Okay. Yep. Of course you have to declare. You have to declare your game instance. This is the generic one with GI breakout. That should about do it. Okay. Now this cache should succeed and everything should go through. Yep, there it goes. And it's 10. We can just change that number later. About 11. Ta-da. Okay. So now our game instance is keeping up with the level advance. We need to make that number advance with 12. Yay. That works. It'd be sometimes the simplest things, especially I'm a little nervous doing this because I know that I'm not like a real authority or anything. You know, I'm still learning a whole lot. But we got that working. Let's change this back to 1. And I think this is what I think I'm going to do. So we're going to do an original level count. This is going to keep up with the difference between this is so what I'm thinking is we're going to have an original level count, which is going to be 1 because that's the first level. Then we're going to have current level count, which will be 2, 3, 4, so on, so on. Then when I subtract them, make the difference, I'm going to take that difference and add it to the brick length and the brick height. That is the plan. Count. Actually, we should do that since we already have that set up in our. Let's call this current level count. This is going to be F2. No. Hold on. The logic I feel works, but I need to make sure I do these right. So I'm going to keep printing that here. So we got all that. We got all that. Let's just pick one. Plus F2. Delete L. Current level count. All right. Original level counts 1. Current level counts 1. Let's save everything before something crazy happens. So we're going to constantly print our current level. After knock out a few bricks, we're going to add one to the current level count. Like Campbell chicken noodle soup. So we're going to get current level count. Subtract the original level count. So this is going to happen every new level. Every time this opens, this is going to fire. So in the second level, we're going to have 2 minus 1, which is going to be 1. Then we're going to add that 1 to the brick length and the brick height, making it longer and higher. Then in the third level, we're going to have 3 minus 1, 2. So when this starts over, instead of it being 8 and 8, the second level, the difference is 1, so it's going to be 9 and 9. And this one's going to be, and then in the next level, it's going to be 10 and 10. Haha. I think this is going to work. And obviously in the first one, it's going to be 1 minus 1, which is 0. And we're basically going to add 0 to these numbers. So our add so we're going to add this. Let's actually do this twice if it lets us do that. Yep. And we're going to add it to the brick length of the current brick length and the current brick height. We're going to set it, and we're going to set it. If this works, I'm going to take a break, just to let you know. Sometimes I do have a good idea. I think this is going to work. The math is solid. This means that each level, it'll jump up on its own every time this begins play, which is every time the level starts over. Basically, this will just keep getting bigger and bigger. Okay, and because it's adding, because I just can't stand it like that, let's do it like that, just to make it cleaner. It won't make a difference because it doesn't matter if you add 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1. Still equals 3. What matters is subtraction and division, because 1 minus 2 is not the same as 2 minus 1. But 1 plus 2 is the same as 2 plus 1, so that doesn't matter. Just a little math theory for you. A little sneak peek of the math skills. All right. Boom. Like the head, here you go. Boom. All right, we got 8 by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's wait till that bad boy hits another level. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yahoo! That bad boy is twerking. I might start doing other things like speeding the ball up per level. I'm gonna have some power ups too. Boom. Come on. What is happening? Why is it taking so long? I know we've destroyed enough blocks to go to the next level. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.